Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning, happy Thursday. I actually went and got a coffee this morning. I was just telling a friend last night that I've only been drinking chai for most of this year, and I got a coffee. I treated myself this morning. I needed it. I'm a little bit tired. I am sitting outside of my FedEx drop-off location, and they don't open up until 9 a.m. in the morning. So I thought, you know what? Let me just come on here and film a video because why not? Well, the thing I wanted to talk about, since it is the new year, we are on, is it January 5th today or is it the 4th? I can't remember. But Happy New Year and happy holidays or belated holidays to all of you. I wanted to talk about shrinking my business. And it's not like a New Year's resolution of mine, because certainly if you've been around for a while, and I know some of you have been, thanks for sticking around with me on this wonderful reselling journey, career employment that I've had. But you will not be surprised to hear me talking about this, because it's kind of been a theme for like the past year and a half. You've been hearing me talk about how I knew I was going to be moving my business at some point, or that could be a possibility, and here we are. So my lease will be ending at my warehouse, as I've said multiple times, early this spring, and I do have another place finally lined up, which is really exciting. However, the next place that I'm going to be in is very small, which, might be startling for some people to hear, but let's backpedal for a second. So the last location that I was at prior to being at the warehouse, which the warehouse it's 1,700 square feet plus a 300 square foot loft. So it's 2,000 square feet. But the last place that I was at before that was 400 square feet plus, which was working, which is great, for a period of time. But then I added in another 300 square feet in that same building. And then I added in some storage units to hold some pallets, because I needed the storage space. And at that point, it was kind of my breaking point, and I realized I need to get a larger space. However, for me, my business really changed out of necessity during the pandemic, and which was great. It was like a good problem to have, but it was a problem nonetheless. I had never considered doing liquidation. It was not part of my plan. And so when the pandemic came and opportunities presented itself where I could take on a lot of inventory and grow my business, I jumped on it, because why wouldn't I? So it was great. My business really expanded during that time. I literally got to check off everything on my reselling bucket list that I thought maybe I would do someday, but I certainly didn't anticipate back in 2020. But we don't get to write our own plans, right? The universe just works in interesting ways. And so anyways, for the past almost 3 years now, my business has grown to, sorry, a car just pulled up next to me. I'm out in the middle of a parking lot here. But my business grew to kind of beyond my wildest dreams. And now that my 3-year lease is coming to an end, I want to go back to the business that I kind of had before the pandemic. Not the exact same, because I know it will be different no matter what, because I'm different. I'm a different reseller than I was back in, let's say, February of 2020. So I feel like I'm bringing knowledge and skills, but most importantly, knowledge, I think, of what I like, what I don't like, what I want to do differently, all that sort of stuff. I feel like I've had the past almost 4 years now. I keep saying 3, but I guess it's almost 4, right? 4 since 2020, 3 for my lease, to figure out what it is that I like. And I now know what sort of business I like running. I had a lot of fun doing liquidation and pallets. It was great. But I really like finding my own inventory, and I really like going and sourcing my own pieces. And so I want to get back to that. I've also realized that there's ways for me to source a lot of inventory and yet not store it on site. There's places like the Real, which I've utilized over the past few years heavily, and other places that I've discovered that will outright buy inventory from me, or I could consign, like a ThreadUp, for instance, which is great. And so I kind of have those skills myself, and I like a quick flip model. That's how my business kind of started out. And that's how kind of what I want to go back to. I don't mind selling lower dollar items. Some people prefer to sell higher dollar items. I don't mind selling lower dollar items because they're more plentiful to me in my area. And, you know, I want to focus on what's available to me. Like for me, that's what works. And I know that's not for everybody. So just want to put that out there because everyone's got opinions. But that's what I prefer to do because I can obtain inventory for a low buy cost, right? My cost of goods is very low, being that I like to shop at the Goodwill outlet. So with all that said, you know, these next couple of months, I will be transitioning over into my new space. It will be a downsizing and a shrinking of my business, which, you know, on the surface, I was telling somebody over the holidays, I was like, I feel like that sounds like a negative, or people might think that that's a negative. And they'll think like, oh, you know, her business grew really big and, you know, she couldn't handle that and now it's getting small. I could continue at the pace that I want, but I don't want to because I've realized what I do and what I don't like about being at a larger scale. And, you know, I think I've drifted away from my earliest intention on doing this job, which was to be at home more and to spend more time with my family. And I figured out for myself now over these years how to create the income that I want, but not operate at such a large level or large scale. So, you know, that's okay. If people have thoughts about me going from a bigger space to a smaller space, I guess that's just for them to think, and that's not my problem. It's not my business. But I'm really excited. I'm so excited to be in a smaller space. My new space does have, I'm like, what is it shaped like? Kind of like a C, like this. I'll show you guys more parts of the, you know, what it looks like in the journey as I move into it. The space is technically available now, but I am going to wait a little bit longer to go into it. I think, you know, listen, I say something and then the next week you'll see me moving into it. So who knows? I'm just trying to keep costs low and avoid having to pay 2 leases because, you know, I'm not made of money. So anyways, it's like a C shape kind of, but more of like an angular C shape, not rounded. And there's like one office here and then a main area here. And then the top part of the C is like another office space there. So I don't know how I'm going to arrange it all. And certainly I have more stuff right now than will fit into that space, but I am working on I am working on downsizing it. My eBay store is like really marked down. I haven't really advertised it. I suppose I probably should, but I have it marked down. I think most things are 65% off. Like I would say 80% or 90% of my store is 65% off at all times, which has been great. I am getting a steady flow of sales right now every single day. You know, I'm shipping out, I don't even know how many items, maybe like 30 items or so a day, which has been great. Poshmark has just been a little bit slower. I haven't been using their promoted closet. So I don't know if I'm getting punished for that, but let me know about your sales. Were you getting punished, or do you feel like if you just haven't used it in general, you're getting punished? But maybe I just need to be more aggressive and drop my prices more over there. I just maybe haven't been as much. And then TikTok has been really helpful for me. For those of you who watch this channel, you've seen that I've done very well over there. I've had some items that I've put up for sale over there go like viral, and yeah, I've sold out of stuff really quickly, which has been exciting. So I'm going to continue to do that and utilize that. And what else? And then sending stuff out for consignment to the ThredUp, to the Real and ThredUp, and any place really that I can send stuff out to. That's really what I'm doing. I mean, I don't want to say it's a fire sale. We're not at that point, and I hope I don't have to like fully get there, but we're teetering on fire sale. I mean, 65% off certainly feels like a fire sale to me, but it's exciting to just see stuff move, and especially stuff that I've had for a while, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yay, that finally sold. Or I still had that. There's been some stuff that I'm like, oh my gosh, I still had that. That is what it is. So I don't know. It's not a New Year's resolution, I guess. It's kind of like a New Year's theme for me. At this point, I do want to write down my New Year's resolutions. I actually I was going to do a vision board, and I might still do a vision board, but I've seen on social media people do like the vision board bingo, where you essentially just like fill out a bingo card and you put in stuff that you want to mark off through the year. I don't know if there's like a point if you're actually like supposed to try and get bingos on it, you know what I mean, like 5 across or whatever it is, but I'm going to go for the blackout personally. And the middle square, I've heard you're supposed to just make like an easy one, which would be for me turning 40 this year. So I'll be turning 40 in February, and I don't know. I have no feelings either way about it. I don't feel bad about it, and I am not necessarily excited. I'm not excited. I don't know. I just don't feel like turning 40 is what it was as opposed to like 30 years ago or before my time for that matter. I remember going to like an over the hill party. Remember they used to say that for 40 years old? I remember going to an over the hill party when I was younger, and feeling like it was like this big deal, like, you know, over the hill. But I don't think it's like that anymore. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just what 40-year-olds say. It probably is. So anyways, that is the update, and hopefully, what time is it? Oh, they should be opening up in about 3 more minutes. I feel like a stalker. I don't like waiting outside stores for them to exactly open up at that moment. It just feels uncomfortable, or, you know, I worked in retail for a number of years, or had worked in retail for a number of years. So I know that feeling of customers just kind of, yeah, bugging the heck out of you, for lack of a better word. So yeah, did you guys see those Target videos recently of the people running in and getting the Stanley Cups? Those, yeah, speaking of customers like lording over you, that would really bug me. Oh, is that? Oh, that's the owner right there. Okay, so there she is. So that means they're gonna open up soon. I had a feeling, I was like, I think that's her car next to me. Okay, so that's good news for me. I guess I should just get another sip of my coffee and then gather my box and take it in. But anyways, I hope y'all are having a wonderful Thursday. Let me know what your goals and plans are for this year for yourself. I'd love to hear it, because it's kind of inspiring too. I've got like, how many spaces? 5, 10, 15, 20, like 24 spaces to fill on my vision board. So I would love to hear your suggestions, because I want to be inspired to kind of create my own, because I just have a lot floating around in my head. So anyways, talk with you guys soon. Have a great week. Bye.